Do you know what your dominant side is? My dominant side is my right-hand side. So I punch with my right, I kick with my right, I write on paper with my right, I also shoot with my right hand. Now I can do both. I'm sort of ambidextrous when it comes to shooting or punching. I can fight in southpaw, I can fight in orthodox. It's sort of irrelevant. But the truth is, especially when you're starting out, you want to know where your dominant side is. So if you're not sure, there's a few tests that you can do that helps you understand that early on, and that way you're starting with your best foot forward, so to speak. Technically it's back, because you want your best foot back. So even though that old saying, put your best foot forward, the truth is in fighting you want to put your worst foot forward. You want to put your weakest side forward, your strongest side back. It's the one that you want to protect. It's where all the power is going to come from. Remember, the power is generated from the ground up. We really want to bring that power forward when we're kicking from the back, when we're punching from the back. In my case, as an orthodox fighter, my left hand's sort of a feeler, just like anybody else's jab. I'm out there trying to gauge distance. I'm doing some less powerful strikes. It's not what's really going to come and knock somebody out. I mean, occasionally I suppose you can get a good jab and that's going to cause some damage. The jab is a very, very important technique, so I'm not suggesting that it's not trying to diminish it, but the jab is not a cross. Cross is a powerful strike. The right tie kick from the, if you're right leg dominant, is incredibly powerful. If you're a southpaw, your left is going to be incredibly powerful. Some people are equally yoked, so to speak. They're good on both sides, and you really can't tell a difference. I know for a fact that my right side's better. My kicks are more accurate, my kicks are more flexible, my punches are more accurate, they're way more powerful. So these kind of things that you want to be mindful of, again, when you're starting out. So how do you figure out which side is dominant? Well, if you're not sure, there's a few tests that you can do. The first one's called the eye test. One of my favorites, really sort of insightful if you've never done it, especially if you use firearms, and I teach firearms. So we need to know what your shooting eye is. Now we teach everybody to fire with the right side, right hand, universally, because it's very important to be able to fire from that side, as it is to be able to fire from the left and be able to use the left eye and the left hand. However, I always fight with my right. I always shoot with my right first. I carry my weapon on my right-hand side, just like any law enforcement officer would do. It's the side goes back when I'm talking to somebody to protect that side. It's where I draw from. It's where I'm going to engage an enemy with, or from what point I'm going to engage that enemy. So here's what you do. Put your hands out like this, create a diamond, look at a point somewhere, and then slowly bring that diamond in until it's a small little diamond or circle. And make sure you keep whatever that object is centered directly in that space. And then what I want you to do is close one eye at a time. If you are right side dominant and you close your right eye, you're going to see the back of your left hand. If you are left side dominant and you close your left eye, you're going to see the back of your right hand. That's how you know which eye you're dominant with. And almost always that correlates directly to a strong side ability. So right eye, right side dominant, left eye, left side dominant. Now that isn't universal, but it's generally the case. Another option you can do is have a friend push you. Stand with your feet shoulder width apart, pointing directly in front of you, not splayed outward, pointing just like this. Close your eyes and have them push you. And when they push you, you normally step off, if you don't know the push is coming, with your dominant leg. That helps you identify your dominant side as well. And if you shoot, go out and shoot. Take some time with a firearm, and you're going to quickly realize which eye dominant you are and which side you're better at, and that will correlate in your fighting stance as well. And finally, the last thing you can do is go practice. Just go do it through trial and error. Get in front of a bag, speed bag, heavy bag, and start throwing punches. Start throwing your jabs from each side, orthodox and southpaw, your crosses from orthodox and southpaw, 10, 15 each side, and pretty soon one side's going to outshine the other. Start kicking. Kick with your right side, kick with your left side. And almost always you're going to be like, you know what, man, that just feels more powerful on that side, it feels more accurate on that side, and you're going to be golden. The most important thing to remember when you're picking a side to fight with is that your dominant side always goes back. I don't care what anybody's told you, I don't care what fads are out there, it's always your dominant side.